Hey, um, this is for all the English-only speakers. I tried to repeat what I did in the last videos I made in German language, so that maybe everybody who's living in Germany and also from outside is knowing what is happening here. Um, I'm doing many things, but I also write books. And there was one book I called like how we it's Camp Eden, how we recreate the paradise. I was writing about community which we have in Venezuela, in Isla Margarita. This was in the German version, and then I translated this book to English. And because of the political situation in Venezuela at the moment, I mean, a few years ago when I wrote this book, I switched completely to. I changed its location to Portugal, Algarve. So then I wrote this book and I published it. Then I read it and I was thinking, oh, what I wrote there, this is something I can do on my own. And so I was traveling to Portugal together with a friend, with a brother from Chile, Joachim, and we met in Portugal. We decided to go there when we were at the Colorful Tribe gathering in Potsdam, next to Berlin in Germany, and we decided to move together. But we met there in Portugal. We lived the first thing we lived at Maria's place, and it's a long story. You should read the book, so I don't have to repeat it. The outcome was like we have now 40 hectares of land in Montchique, which is in Algarve, and now I know that this is a manifestation because I wrote it in the book before, and we didn't pay for it. It was just there. I met the custodian, Domingos, and he invited us, or invited me to come down to Alentejo, no, to Algarve, and to make a community out of this land. He was living there with his ancestors before, and now he's the custodian of this land. And there are some people who are the owner, and they allow us to be there and to create community. We grow food there and create shelters and so on. Whatever. I was only there for half a year to start it, and then I was pulled to Vienna for the Ubuntu Festival. Long story short, this was a manifestation, and a few weeks ago I wrote a new version of Camp Eden. I was writing the version 3 from Camp Eden, and I was writing about that we want to go to Venezuela and we don't want to fly, we want to sail there, and I was writing about being there as a pirate and helping the poor people, and we have got a 2-mast sailing yacht, and guess what? I published this book, and 4 days later I found this yacht. This was also, yeah, this manifestation was a little bit longer. It started, yeah, maybe it started at the Healing Rainbow in Italy 2 years ago. I met what's her name? Lucia. She's from Costa Rica, and she told me that she knows she knows someone who knows where the crystal land from the Rainbow family is, and I said, let's go there, let's recreate it, let's live there, and she and her boyfriend said, yes, let's go there, and then we committed to go by sailing the sailing yacht. And then I asked her friend, I forgot his name totally. I don't remember. Whatever, doesn't matter. And I asked him, would you like to sell your mobile home? He's got a really brand new, nice, good mobile home. And he said, yeah, maybe I would do, but first I have to do something in Italy because I will get a whole company from my father, so I have to wait for this. And then I said, okay, maybe then I will manifest it, or I will go back to Germany and work a few months to be able to buy it. And so this was born the idea, and then I create software as I do on a regular base, open source software, but I could not sell anything, so this was not the way. But we found another way, and I I wrote it in the book, as I said, and 4 weeks later there was like a Telegram group, Rainbow Fleet, where the Rainbow brothers and sisters were talking about ships and sailing and traveling on over the water. And there was someone posting something from Kleinanzeigen. There was a guy selling his sailing yacht for just 2,000. He wrote something like um, symbolischer Preis in German. It's a symbolic price, 2,000 euros. So I contacted him and I said I would like to get it. I would like to buy it, and I told him what we want to do. So I said I will use it for the Rainbow family, and we want to go to Israel to sue freedom. It's what we always do. To give love to the place and to stop wars and so on, or just to give love and to help people and so on, and to create harmony. And then he said, okay, in this case I will lower the price for 1,000 euros. And I was talking to a friend. I was living there in Berlin-Kreuzberg, and an old friend, an old Berlin guy. And I told him this, and he said, wait a minute. And he went out and came back after a few minutes and gave me like 1,200 euros. He said, is it enough? I said, you're a crazy guy. You're so crazy. So the very next day I bought the ship, and or it was the day after, whatever. So I bought the ship, and now it's ours, or it's mine, whatever. And yeah, what do I wanted to say? Oh yeah, then I told this a good friend, Ralph Börs. He's a human rights activist, a philosopher, and so on. We're making some demonstrations or some art attack, I would say. And he's a guy who was able to put the sanctions from job center to the court, to the highest court, so that they cannot sanction anymore for 100%. So this is like killing people, when they are getting money from the government and they don't want to work, and the government says, okay, then you don't get any money anymore. This is like killing them, literally. So he was fighting for this and for a few years, and he brought it to the court, and now the job center can only put sanctions to 30%. So you can still survive with it. It's not much, but yeah. I mean, it's not much left, but yeah. It's beginning to end the slavery on this planet, at least in Germany. So then I told this to Ralph, what happened. Like, he also know my prior manifestations. There are some more manifestations. I also had like a 911 Porsche, and there's also like smaller things, whatever. I don't want to repeat this. I wrote this in books already. And he said, no, I believe in this technique. This technique is called regnose. It's the opposite of prognosis. And it's like writing about being there in the future, and how we came there. We feel that we are already there, and we write about this, how it is there, and so on and so forth. So the idea bubbled up. We want to write a book about the universal basic income. Germany is bedingungsloses Grundeinkommen, but it's similar to universal basic income. We want to write about this, and my idea is to make interviews with people, asking them how how just imagine you are in the year 2029, so in 3 years, and the universal basic income is paid out already for 2 years. So we need the solution now. So, and also there's numerology involved when you sum the year 2029. It's the 13, and 13 leads to 4. It's a number of manifestation, and so this makes sense. Yeah, and I want to make interviews with the people, and I want to put these interviews, like video interviews, I will put on the website so everybody can see and have a look. And then I will write about this. I put it in a book, and with this book we manifest the universal basic income. In Germany, is a little thing which is different in other countries, because we don't have a constitution, because we're still occupied by USA, and we had been occupied by England and also like Russia, but now it's USA. So, and they're using Germany, for example, for Ramstein. They are flying their wars, like the drone wars. They're doing this from Ramstein, and we don't want this. German people don't want this. I don't want it. Nobody wants to have war. So, and yeah, what do I want to say? I've got my guitar here, and there's a red string here. So der rote Faden. I don't know if there's a metaphor in English. It's in German. It's called roter Faden. I lost my red line, so I don't know what I wanted to say. Nevertheless, I can continue. We have this, so to say, constitution in Grundgesetz it's called, and there's like the number, the article 146. There said when East and West Germany are combined together, then the human people have got the right to create themselves a constitution. And we're doing this. We want to do this. Ralph Boes, who already proved that he is doing something good for the people, he started like what's it called, a poll for people to sign that they want a constitution. And with this constitution, we want to make the old one, which is already there, which is not so bad, but we want to change one thing. It's direct democracy, so that the people can vote for every rule, every what's it called? Don't know the English word for, like when you want to change an article, like a rule, then these are done by the politicians now, and you all know what is happening with the politicians. They're doing this not for the people, they're doing this for the corporations. So, and we want to change this. We want to do this for the people, because we don't want these corporations to get richer and richer and richer and destroy the planet. That's the thing. We call it Babylon, which is yeah. We want to stop Babylonish. Destroying the planet. We don't want that. So we want to elect to poll for this, and if there are enough people signing this, then this will come to this will become we will create birth for this constitution. And with the book, we want to collect tantiems for selling the book. It's going into the account of an association. I'm not sure which one. Maybe we use Arbeit, Sport, Bildung, ASB, which is already founded. It's also in the Handelsregister and the register. It's registered already. We want to use this to collect the tantiems, and there, with these tantiems, with this money, we want to support unsere-verfassung.de, which is the other website where the poll is running. And then when we are in charge of being like we're having a government from the people, for the people, then we can also stop like propaganda. We can stop advertising in in the land, for example, because this is visual dirt, or I don't know, I don't remember this word, visuelle Umweltverschmutzung in German, like disturbing the environment with visual bullshit like advertising. We don't want this. And we can also have the universal basic income because people can elect for this, and yeah, that's a thing. And I'm looking for people who want to make an interview with me, with myself, and with the team. The team is at the moment it's forming up. It's a few people here, and a few people here. I mean in Dresden, and a few people in Berlin, and there will some will join. I hope some more will join, so they also can that we all can make interviews, so that we've got thousands of interviews, so that everybody sees we really need this universal basic income, and we need our own constitution, and so on and so forth. And there's also one thing: if we don't get it from, like, with the universal basic with the sorry for that, if we don't get it from the government, so to say, or if this election will not function in this case, there's a plan B also, which are also working on for the last 12 years, where we pay out our own universal basic income, because we can pay out our own money. Like, if you think about an association, and the association has got something to share things, to share value, to give gratitude, and we can use this for everything except maybe petrol on a petrol station, but we can also buy food and shelter for this, or we can pay or give gratitude with this. I call it Atesipadadana. It's like someone is coming to the new to the association and is doing something for 1 hour, and then we will sign this guy, give some treatments for 1 hour, worked here, whatever. Then he gives this back to the association, like the signing thing, and the attestee, and then he gets we will pay out some coins or like virtual money from the bank account, like cryptocurrencies, like special cryptocurrencies for this association only. And then we can pay each other with these cryptos. We don't need euros in this case. So this is plan B, but we will first try plan A. But the plan B could also be like a good idea for the rest of the world, because they don't have this Article 146. And so this is maybe a little bit more difficult to persuade the government, so to say, to pay out universal basic income. We tried this already in Switzerland, not me, but some people tried it in Switzerland, because they already have got direct democracy. But I think it was like 20% of the people just signed for yes, and so because the Swiss people, they are fatigué, they are they have got enough to eat, they have got much money, and so they don't really need basic income or whatever. Yeah, that's it from now. If you're interested in becoming part of this, let me know. Comment on down the video. Elect for the constitution. It's on unsere-verfassung.de. I will put it in the description of the video later, if I don't forget. And yeah, I'm sorry that I'm so close to the camera, but it's raining here, and I want you to hear what I'm saying. What else to say? Yeah, activate your people, activate the awoken people, which maybe we see that there's some people awoken. You will see them at the demonstrations not wearing a mask and so on, but there are some people who's a little bit scared to go to make their ideas public, and I'm not, because I already died, so I have a death experience. I can do this to start it, because I'm not scared at all, and yeah, other people will follow, I know, and the more and more people who knows about this project will put energy into this, and will make this happen, because when we all stand up, they cannot play with us anymore. They cannot scare us. They cannot send us to wars or something, or and they cannot send us to prison or whatever. And I will write the book, or AI will write the book. I'm just saying what to write in, and the most of the part, the people will write the book. So there's not one human being who can be attacked from outside or whatever, from the, so to say, elites. Oh, when you know how this planet is working, then you will laugh at what we are doing here. It's just a game. It's just a game, and we will win the game. Believe me, we will win the game. This is already manifested. But yeah, normally we don't have to do anything. We just have to think the right thoughts. But therefore we need to talk to each other with like these interviews, so that we know what the other people want to know, want to have in the future. So I invite you to be part of the interview circle, and to be part of the book thing, and the whole movement. And let's put our energies together, brothers and sisters, and make this happen. Have a nice day. See you in 5.